or a character on primetime television takes their own life, the number of suicides spikes. Suicide is contagious. It's called the Werther effect, after Goethe's protagonist. Learning this fact scared me at first, and then it made me angry. I thought about the way suicide is portrayed in films or on television, the way that it is reported in the media. I discovered that the Samaritans had published a list of guidelines of how the media can report on suicide intelligently. It is amazing how rarely these guidelines are followed. It's actually really simple. Don't provide technical details. Never suggest that a method is quick or easy or painless or certain to result in death. Avoid dramatic headlines like suicide epidemic or hotspot. Avoid sensationalist pictures or video. Avoid excessive detail. Avoid using the word commit. Don't describe deaths by suicide as successful. Don't publish suicide notes. Don't publish on the front page. Don't ignore the complex realities of suicide and its effects on those left behind. Include references to support groups like the Samaritans or resources like 988. Don't speculate on the reason. That is crucial. And don't supply simplistic reasons like he had just lost his job or she had recently become bankrupt. Line.
I read the book.
Yep.
But, yeah. Okay.
That's a like,
You guys.
that's a rough end.
That was
Swap
excellent. So we want to, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run around the room and collect the list number that you currently have. Oh, never mind, keep them. Forget I said that, scratch that. Instead, we're just gonna give you another word.
Second set.
A second, yeah.
I'll have to keep track of two numbers?
It's very confusing, believe me.
Very confusing.
I cannot believe I had to take my sock off.
I know.
Yeah.
Were you looking around to see whose shoes would be easiest to remove?
I just need to go to that.
I did earlier, because of course it's winter,
Yeah.
so it's
So they
boot
can't.
season.
Well, it will be still.
Well, it's a good thing you were wearing socks with those,
Do you
because what
wanna-
if you weren't?
I know.
Barefoot, then what?
Then it would have been a boot dog.
No, that's all right.
He wants the surprise. Oh my god, great. Okay.
I just need to remember what numbers I give out.
So while we do this, Kate is gonna shuffle up the numbers. If you need to use the bathroom, get a tea, get some water, anything like that, this is the perfect opportunity to now. I'm going to. So this is like a 3-minute break.
Thank you. I know, it was dead, so we had to plug it in.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And I didn't want to put it there because you stand right in front of it like 100 times.
So when there is the long series of the numbers, where is the voice coming from? Which region?
Is that all audience?
Yeah,
You pass out how?
we pass
All
out,
those
there are
numbers,
62 numbers read,
Yeah.
and there are 5 people who join us on stage. So that whole half hour,
Numbers that are read.
yeah, so we've got almost everybody who's in attendance.
It's gonna be doing something.
Yeah, and so we take that whole, we're planning to use from the moment house opens to have conversations with people and pass out numbers.
Conversation will get pretty rapid in the last 10
Yes.
minutes.
Yes. And we're both all nights we're both
Yes.
doing it.
Yeah.
And then you'll just
And-
confer and say, that person over there said yes.
A little bit. Well, so the nights Peter's performing, I will only be talking to people about numbers.
Correct.
Oh,
Because
not
I
about
don't need to-
calling people up.
Right, I don't need to solicit anybody.
So that you don't have to try to figure out who she was talking about.
Right.
Right.
Got it.
And with one exception,
Or you want me to do it?
anybody can,
Okay.
with one exception, anybody can both have a number and participate. And, be cast as a character.
Very strange, but I'm into it.
Okay, I need everybody's opinions on these
Yeah,
cookies.
they're
I'm
Skittles
sorry
in
if that's a weird thing.
No, no, that's, I was like,
Skittles
what
and
is it?
cookies.
Yes,
And then
yes.
I- yes.
I walked by them at Walmart and I said, every brilliant thing for me. I was like,
The choice.
Yeah, put that on the list.
yeah, this is absolutely on the list.
It's weird, but it's, I'm into it.
Okay.
Cookies with Skittles.
Ah.
Number 926,000,
Very cool.
978.
You don't, I didn't count one out for you. But you can have one if you would like.
That's okay.
Do you wanna be involved?
Sure.
Oh, this is the perfect number for me, cause this is what I do.
Oh
Oh my god, perfect number for me.
How did that feel to you?
There were moments where I was like, I'm moving and I shouldn't be moving, but I felt like it was okay. I loved that got to the place that was in the bed
Yeah.
and the moving out,
It drove too, it felt quick.
yeah, that's
like,
what I
it was
under an hour.
I just said to Sam, like, I wish I knew what time we started.
Well,
I do
this is
7:03 to 7:43.
Whoa,
Okay.
40 minutes, girl.
That rocks.
I mean, and I
It does
think
rock.
will-
That's Zoom.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it went pretty well,
but-
and I don't feel like I skipped anything
No, I don't.
major.
You didn't skip anything
So-
either.
Good, thank you, that makes me feel
Peter,
better.
what's your
I
special?
just feel like I did really well with the numbers.
It's
Yeah, it did.
Pictograph Cave Park
Transition
in
from each,
Montana,
like, into each
outside
new
of
thing felt.
Yes, the
Good.
transitions feel, it's great to
9,000-year-old
Run it, yeah.
because it
And now,
gets-
you have one on
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
And now
and that's why this one was like, I was like,
they are
oh,
slowly
right.
dissolving
We're done.
over time.
Yeah.
Every rain, every snowstorm, they erode. I went there the day I came down with COVID. Really crummy, but I was absolutely determined and then got home and took the test and said, oh,
Oh,
That's
that's
why
why
I
I
feel
felt
crummy.
bad all day.
yes.
There's tea being made, and then we will resume.
thank you, Paula, for being my vet. I was like, Paula is gonna.
Does that have anything to do with the dog business?
Well, to be honest, Paula, yes, I was like, so Paula's son, his husband, right, because Jake is really Jake's business, has a business called Wag and Wheels, and they walk dogs and they pick up dogs and take them places.
Oh my
and so,
God.
and Paula,
And house
since
dogs.
departing the courier, that is like Paula is their like administrator in chief.
Oh my
And
god.
so, and Paula
How
has
perfect.
lots of dogs, and I thought Paula will be a good person to facilitate.
Doing signing all day long.
Don't break. Don't break. You do one of the cookies. I know. Maybe have one later. But I've been kind of once for like days. I don't want yours.
No, I don't even know that
I'm
I
scared.
want my cookies. I think I'm a little scared.
I'm scared of it as well.
That's appropriate. It's jarring.
I love that you just have
Are you
half a
doing?
Kit Kat in that bag.
Oh, I have a Kit Kat in there.
It's over there.
Oh, I'm gonna go steal it.
Is it scripted that you don't like the Kit Kat?
Yeah. Well,
Aww.
it's scripted.
I was like, give it to me then. Give it
I
back.
don't even know why. I know it's not enough and you will.
It's just gonna melt in
I
there.
was gonna check my props and I completely forgot.
Guys, it's not M&M. Just know that it's not M&M. It's not one that like.
They're not M&M.
Yeah, he's
They're
worried that people
Skittles
are
cookies.
mistaking them for M&M cookies, and they are not.
Skittles belong to cookie?
Peter says yes.
They do?
Fascinating. Emma, wrong. Did you, was that your choice, to put Skittles in a cookie?
No, Kate got them.
I don't know how I feel about that. They're different.
It's okay, you can say I don't like it, and you can just shove it back in the bag. That's what I do.
You like it?
Maybe I got a wrong Skittles, but I
Okay.
kind of felt cough medicine-y. So maybe
A little
that's,
bit. But I have fond memories of cough medicine when I was a kid, which I will tell you about sometime.
I can't wait.
A story about my mother.
Right, this is it, probably like the last.
Peter, I'm gonna need you to like write a memoir at some point. And like, just for me.
Do you want the other one? No.
You can keep the other one.
Okay, wow.
Like, just the Peter Josephson
I want it
story
back then.
collection.
Yeah.
I thought we
Peter,
went
do
to
you know what
1,000.
Substack
Clearly
is?
she kept going.
Peter should be on Substack.
You should just
You
write
need a
a
Substack.
memoir of your life,
Yeah.
like for Substack, every
Just
like, just like
Because-
whenever, yeah.
I feel like every story you tell,
That is
every
very
story you
welcome.
tell then like relates really nicely to like the world at large. Like it always has a tie into something going on. Or like something I'm going through where I'm like, Peter just knows.
Oh, see, it is personal.
I'm telling you.
Okay, well, here we are again. We're fed, we're warmed, and here we go, part 2.
I read the book, The Sorrows of Young Werther. It was shit. I mean, I didn't connect with it. I'd never been very interested in romance, or at least I hadn't been, until I locked eyes with the only other person who was always in the library. For weeks, we would sit opposite each other without speaking. Occasionally, we'd make eye contact and then immediately look away as if blinded by the sun. For the first time in my life, I understood the lyrics of pop songs. And then finally, after weeks, I summoned up the courage to say hello. Can you just deal with that? Is anyone sitting here? Good. Hello.
He just gets it.
What's your name?
Sasha.
Okay.
What's
but
your
in-
name?
In real life, her name is Sam.
Sam.
What's your name?
Sam.
Hi. Sam. Nice to meet you. What are you reading?
Oh, I was just reading some Khalil Gibran. Nope, that's not what I'm just kidding. That's not what I was reading.
What are you reading?
Oh, Olive Kittredge.
Olive Kittredge. What's it about?
Oh, it's about this woman who's in a small town in Maine, about her life.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, I'm getting into it. If you like things that are about people and towns and that kind of stuff.
I've been reading The Bell Jar.
Oh, I think that's a little.
No,
Or-
why don't I lend it to you? And you could lend me Olive Kittredge.
I think you're getting the better end of the deal.
And then, it's a classic. It's Sylvia
Very
Plath.
I know, very depressing. She killed herself, you know.
Yeah.
Take this one, and I'll take that. And maybe then, maybe we could read, and then, get together for a cup of coffee or tea or orange juice.
What made you pick that book?
Well, I had been reading The Sorrows of Young Werther. I just wanted a pick-me-up.
No, what? Yes, and! Yes, and! What? You know what?
I took the wrong thing. I have to give it non-specific
together and swap books, and I won't bring this, I'll bring something else, and we could,
We can talk about whatever, I like to talk about books.
I had a date. We began to meet up in the library, we'd swap books and discuss them over coffee. I read things I would never have encountered otherwise. I probably learned more from the books that Sam recommended than any of the books I took in my course. After several months of reading and meeting and trying not to look at each other, Sam returned a book to me, one of my favorite childhood books, and said, "Really interesting read."
That was a really interesting read.
There's something really interesting in this book.
There's something really interesting in this book. I want you to read it.
Now, this confused me because I'd already read the book. I lent her the book. Because I'm an idiot, I didn't work out that it was code until weeks later when I opened the book and the list dropped out. I was mortified. I had never told anyone about my mom. And as kids, there were times when, I had nothing in my lunchbox, or I wouldn't have socks on or something. And I didn't want people to think that my mother was... and out of context, this was just a stupid, childish list. The idea that a list of nice things could combat hardwired depression was embarrassingly naive. I got so upset I went to rip it in half. And then I noticed someone else's handwriting.
When someone lends you books.
1001.
When someone actually reads the books you give them.
1002.
When you learn something about someone that surprises you, but which makes complete sense.
1003.
Realizing that for the first time in your life, someone is occupying your every waking thought, making it hard to eat or sleep or concentrate, and that they feel familiar to you even though they're brand new.
1004.
Finding an opportunity to say this in a way which doesn't involve being in the same room at the same time, since we're both shy and terrified of rejection, and if I don't say something now, it'll never happen.
1005.
Writing about yourself in the third person.
I have some advice for anyone who's contemplating suicide. Don't do it. Things get better. They may not get brilliant, but they can get better. What I'm about to say might be really hard for some of you to understand, particularly the younger members of the audience. Back then, there was no way to communicate with anyone after midnight. There was no texting or instant messaging, no email, no Facebook. This world was called 1979. I couldn't do anything but stare at what Sam had written for about 3 hours. Eventually, I just continued the list from where Sam had left off. 1006.
Surprises.
1007.
The fact that sometimes there is a perfect song to match how you're feeling.
1008.
Dancing in private.
1009.
Dancing in public fearlessly.
1010.
Reading something which articulates exactly how you feel but lack the words to express yourself.
I wrote late into the night, 1,427.
Not worrying about how much money you're spending on vacation because all international currency looks like Monopoly money.
I wanted to get to 2,000, and I kept writing as the sun came up. 1,654.
Christopher Walken's voice.
1,655.
Christopher Walken's hair.
So much to include that my hand cramped up. 1,857.
Planning a declaration of love.
My morning alarm went, but I've not slept. I passed 2,000
Coffee.
with 2001,
Films that are better than the books they're adapted from.
right? And I kept going. 2002. Seeing someone make it onto the train just as the doors are closing, making eye contact and sharing these little victories. 2003. This song. The sheer, uninhibited, unashamed, urgent, sexy, ridiculous, celebratory euphoria of it. 2004, the fact that there are people who have felt such joy so powerfully and managed to capture it in sound. 2005, vinyl records. I'm not being pretentious. The sound quality is better. And it isn't compressed, and it's tactile. You get to feel the weight of it in your hands. You can't skip around like on CDs or MP3s. You have to listen through the entire album. Dad's room had records on every surface. And I loved the gatefold sleeves, the artwork. I love reading through the acknowledgments and the sleeve notes, the story of the making of the object. The next morning, I took the list and I ran to the library, and Sam and I kissed for the very first time. From that moment on, we spent every second together. I wrote new list entries every day as a gift for Sam. 2,389.
Bad news? $2,390 people who can't sing and don't know and don't care. Pages and pages of it. 4,997 gifts that you